some of my co-hosts, they got a couple questions for you, but I got one more question before they ask you a couple questions. We hear about 50's baby mom, Daphne, being involved in some of these things. Did you ever Daphne, 50 Cent's baby mother?
Been thugging it out through the mud with this YouTube shit, man. Scoop really been on this shit, man.
That Gaston nigga been on it. Hey.
Yo, what's good, YouTube, man? This your boy BT Scoop TV, and I'm back at y'all with another reaction video, man. But before we get into this reaction video, man, if you new to the channel, go down there, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and turn on that notification bell so you can be notified every time I upload a video, man. And today I got another exclusive for you, man. We got Camron sitting on the Your Welcome Network with the Punisher, man, one of the escort male workers for P. Diddy, and he tells it all. But Camron asks a bombing question, bro. He asks if the Punisher, if he ever had sex with 50 Cent's baby mama. Y'all stay tuned and find out what he talking about. So, man, before we get into it, though, man, make sure y'all go over there and check out Your Welcome Network with Camron. It is what it is. Him and Mace, all that good stuff. If y'all want to see this full interview, man, I'm just doing a little short clip of it. So let's get right into it.
How did the first time Puff and Cassie get in contact with you?
Yo, they called up like they was just hiring a regular party. Cassie hit me directly, said her name was Janet, and said it was her birthday. So her husband said she could hire a dancer. So I just booked it like a regular party. At the time, it was like $200. I gave her a quote. She said she was going to be there with some friends. They gave me an address and the time to show up. And I'm thinking I'm showing up to do a party, just a regular little striptease for a birthday girl.
But like, that's a great answer. How do they find you? Like, is it ads, internet? Like, how do they even track somebody like you down?
Oh yeah, yo, all my marketing and stuff in my business is like SEO, so Google searches. So if you go online in the New York City area and you put in male strippers for hire or whatever, my website's gonna come up. So they just clicked on the website and called the number, and I just happened to pick up the phone. It wasn't, I don't think they were looking for me specifically.
Right.
I just picked up the phone.
Got you. Where did these, well, let's say
Hey, got a question for y'all. Do y'all believe that, man? About, you know what I'm saying, just a random guy, they looking up in I guess one of them little magazines or something where you find male escorts, or online where you find male escorts. Y'all don't think he was referred, or, you know what I'm saying, had history prior with somebody else? He say he just so happened to run across looking for like $100 to $200 come up for a night or something. You know, he was a male stripper, man. That's crazy. They call him the Punisher.
the first time, where did these events usually happen at? Puff's house, Cassie's house, hotel? Like, where did these events happen at?
I was all super high-end hotels.
Gotcha.
So I remember it was the Trump Tower, Essex House, the London Hotel, the Gramercy Hotel. It was another hotel, Central Park West. I don't know, I don't remember the name, but they were all along the lines of super high-end, super suites. One of the suites, man, in the London Hotel, it was so crazy when I got out of it. I Googled it, and the joint was like $30K a night, yo.
Wow.
I never seen nothing like this in my life, man. The hotel room looked like, you know that scene in the Titanic when they walk in that ballroom and the stairway well comes down?
Right.
Like the hotel room was crazy, man.
How often did they call you or book you?
Like I said in my text, I can't remember the exact amount of time. So I estimated between 8 and 12 times, but it would be like every few months, but it would be a Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Like I would come Friday night, then they come back Saturday night, then come back Sunday. And then I might not be called for 3-4 months, and then they'll just pop up. So at the time, I thought they lived out of town. You know, they would. She would call me from a Cali number, so I assumed they were out of state. And she basically said, "Yo, can I hit you when we're in town?"
Right.
But it would be multiple nights in a row, but months in between.
Right. And if some of these questions that I asked you may seem
So off the rip, it seems like, you know what I'm saying, he knew them and they knew who he was. I don't know, man, because he said he thought they might have been out of town. He didn't think they lived in, you know what I'm saying, Los Angeles, LA, and things like that. So I'm thinking that he was already, you know what I'm saying, he was already into that business, bro. He kind of figured what was going on, but we going to see what's going on, man. Camron is interested in these questions. Y'all pay attention to Camron's faces, bro, when they show him. He share. He know what he doing.
repeated because you've been asked these same questions. I just want, we have a different audience from with the interviews you've done, and some people may not know in the trial or what's happening. So some of these questions, I don't want to seem like it's redundant if you answer them 100 times this week. So I was reading that in the beginning, you didn't even know what was going on or that it was even Puff was participating. Could you explain your first time going to one of these events?
Okay, here you go.
Yeah, so I really believed they were a married couple. Like when I got there, I didn't recognize Cassie.
Right.
Like I saw her face, she looked familiar, but honestly, when I saw her, I thought she was Megan Good.
Right.
Like if I was gonna pin, I was like, yo, I think this is Megan Good. But then when I looked on the Google, Megan Good was much thicker. So I couldn't really figure it out. So, and then when she said her husband, when Puff walks out.
So off the rip, that debunks what I said at the my other little stop. Cause I'm thinking he already knew him, but he's saying he don't know her. I'm thinking he capped. I'm gonna tell you why I think he capped, because off the rip you thinking she's somebody famous. You don't even know what Megan Good. Okay, so never mind that debunk what I'm about to say, because he really don't even know what Megan Good looked like. He had to go Google search it, so he probably didn't know them people. Just got lucky. I ain't even gonna say luck. Do y'all think there's a luck? Him being, you know what I'm saying, getting picked to join that freak off with Cassidy to hit Cassidy? Leave a comment in the comment section. Let me know, do y'all think that's luck, and hit that like button.
To finally, do his voyeur thing and see what's going on.
So hold on real quick. It didn't start with Puff in the room.
Never started with him in the room.
Okay.
It would only be me and her, and she said at some point her husband's gonna walk in, and I'm not supposed to acknowledge him, look at him, act like he's not even in the room.
Right.
So we'll be like on the couch, let's say on one end of the room, and then like on the far end of the room, it'll be like a table with a chair, and eventually he'll come in the room and like sit in the area, of course, the room, like watching, and we're supposed to act like he's not there.
How often, pardon me, not how often, how long did it take until you realized that it was Diddy?
Bro, like I want to say over a year.
Get the fuck out of here. A whole year? Why?
Cap.
So let me, how long, okay, let's, I want to stick to that for a second, but how long did you know till it was Cassie?
So the minute I found out it was Diddy, that's when I knew it was Cassie.
So it took a year for you to find out for Cassie as well?
Yeah,
Okay.
I didn't recognize it. Like when I jumped out of it, I did try to do the Google searches. Like I wanted to try to figure out who it was,
Right.
but I'm Googling a married couple.
Right.
Okay.
So every result I'm getting is not leading me to the right places because they're not married.
Got you.
So then, and I never found out with a visual cue. It was a hotel, the ex's house, and I would get there, let's say 2 a.m, and sometimes nothing would pop off for hours. So in this case, they threw me in like an extra room in the suite. Mm-hmm. And just to kill time, I happened to cut on the TV, and the TV had a welcome message. So the TV said, ex's house would like to welcome Mr. Sean Combs. And I'm like, yo, this is crazy. Like,
Okay. So as far as I'm hearing right now, it don't sound like, well, he's a freakazoid regardless because of the charges that he's been charged with. I'm talking about P. Diddy, but right now it ain't sounding too bad because you say Diddy wouldn't come in the room until, after the fact they get started. But the question is, what do Diddy do when he get in that room with him? We about to figure out. Let's go.
I had no idea, man.
So that's how you found out that it was Cassie and Diddy by just coming on the TV and seeing the introduction on the television. Wow.
On the TV.
Wow. Wow. I've seen also in the transcripts that you would say that it was just a sex scene in the beginning. Nothing, no intercourse. How long until you had actual intercourse? What was happening in the first few sessions when it wasn't any intercourse?
Nah, it was only the first session where it wasn't intercourse.
Okay, so 10 times, one time it was only not intercourse the first time.
The first time. And it was offered, yo, but I was so bugged out. Like this wasn't my hustle, right? So
Right.
I'm really in there thinking this is a married couple and they want to do some voyeur sexy scene. So we did the like set up on the couches, the baby all rubbed down or whatever. And then at some point, Puff jumped up. I didn't know it was him. He left the room. She left the room to talk to him. And she came back like, yo, that was perfect. We happy. We good. And then she said to me, yo, do you want to finish? Meaning, you know, I guess, do I want to bust a nut? I don't,
Got a question for the fella. If Cassie asks y'all, do you want to finish what you saying? Leave y'all answers in the comment. Do y'all think the Punisher was like, you know, he hitting somebody famous? He in the win-win situation? I count that as a dub, though, him smashing Cassie. That's a dub, but she's a freakazoid too. Hope she clean. But if she ain't, I don't know what to say, but I think he got a dub with that right there. Now he hitting her night after night after night. That's crazy.
you know what I'm saying? And my first example, you know, I'm trying to be professional. Like, I'm like, nah, I'm good. Like, if y'all good, I'm good. This ain't about me. And I just left, you know, but she did say, all right, well, when we get back in town, we want to hit you again. Is it okay? I'm like, yeah, I just got $2K to rub down like a super bad chick.
$2K.
So I'm not, of course I'm down if you want to hit me back. But it was offered to me the first time, and I actually turned it down, yo. Trying to be on some professional.
Was baby oil mandatory?
Mandatory, yo.
Yeah, he got a baby oil. That's just mandatory. I seen also in the transcripts that you said it was just supposed to be like a sexy scene, meaning that Puff would tell you to move the candles a certain way or tell her to move the candles a certain way for lighting purposes for his visual. Could you explain that?
Yeah, so like when I first got in there, she made it clear that this was a scene we were setting up for her husband.
Okay.
So, you know, it was like couches, all the furniture in the suite was covered in sheets. Like everything was covered in sheets. So it was like a single chair across from like a big sofa. And we were supposed to sit on there and kind of, I'm supposed to put oil on myself. She's supposed to do the same. And then at some point we'll rub it on each other and we doing little like masturbating. I'm masturbating, she's masturbating, but you could tell it was an act.
Right.
Like we're like in character, like one of them corny Cinemax movies. You know what I'm saying? Like the sex scene in the little Cinemax movies. So we're trying to make it look like
Diddy is a freakazoid. He's a Zark. He's boy, but I don't think he should be locked up for these type of acts though, bro. Cause it sound like, you know, he's based. I don't know though. I don't know. He's saying, you know, he was orchestrating the whole thing, whispering to her to tell him everything. That's crazy. Let's keep it going though. Diddy nasty, man, crazy.
like
shit.
the part, you know, and then he would give subtle cues because he's across the room and the room's dark, everything's candle lit, and he'll say like, yo, move a little bit, yo, move the candle, I can't really see, or move the body. And he would never talk to me, not one word to me, only to her. And if it's instructions for me, it goes to her and she tells me. So it was like a real scripted kind of routine, and it really went like that every single time.
So he was basically orchestrating a sex scene without directly talking to you, but telling her certain things.
Exactly.
Wow. Crazy. I seen also in the transcript, or I actually heard you talk about this, that Puff will have the Muslim mask on and be naked from the neck down. What was that like? Pause.
Bro, that was like the weirdest.
Nasty. That's sick. He wanting this man to smash his girl and he enjoying it, bro. Walking around with a Muslim mask and nothing on it from the neck down. Freaky guy.
Shit ever. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
it's already weird knowing like a dude coming in the room, you know? But, you know, I'm messing with the chick and mind you, I'm seeing all this peripheral.
Right.
So it's extra crazy because it's not straight on. So it's at the corner of my eye. I'm like, yo, this dude got on like a veil and he's half the time he's beating off and he's walking side to side. So it was definitely a difficult space to try to be in. But I ain't no front, bro. At the time I'm greedy.
All right, but I'm gonna cut it right there. Man, y'all want to finish watching this thing, man? Make sure y'all go check this out on the Your Welcome Network, man. Camron is in disbelief right now, man. That's right there. Just don't make no sense, man. Diddy is a freakazoid, man. That man did what he had to do to get the check, and I kind of feel like Cassie is a freakazoid too, man. She's super freaky too. But I'm gonna roll this clip right here where he asks about 50 Cent's baby mama too, though. Let y'all see that real quick, cause this what it really was about. You know, let's get right into this one too, though. Let's go.
Some of my co-hosts, they got a couple questions for you, but I got one more question before they ask you a couple questions. We hear about 50's baby mom, Daphne, being involved in some of these things. Did you ever fuck Daphne, 50 Cent's baby mother?
Nah, every time I was called or involved in any way, it was only Cassie specifically.
All right, cool, man. Hey, yo, my man Larry, Sheree, you got a question for him? We get ready to wrap this up. Sheree, you've been great, man.
All right, man. That's going to be it right there. But I'm hearing that Camron is catching backlash about that question right there from everybody right now about asking about 50 Cent's baby mama and the Punisher. To be real with you, if that's your homie, I don't think you supposed to do that. But at the same time, bro, it keep the algorithm moving. 50 Cent is known for doing things like that. I don't think that's going to mess up the friendship between 50 Cent and Camron, though. So I don't really know why they, you know what I'm saying, they giving them backlash. But if y'all got the reasons why they giving them backlash, leave the comments in the comment section and let me know, man, because I don't see nothing wrong with it. But if y'all think P. Diddy a freak, put it down in the comments, man. Say Freakazoid or Zark. He's either a Freakazoid or a Zark. Y'all let me know which one y'all think he is, man. But if y'all digging the content, hit that like button, man. And another thing, you new to the channel, go down there, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and turn on that notification bell so you can be notified every time I upload a video. And don't forget to follow me on all social media platforms at BT Scoop TV. It's been another good video. I'm out.